We like what Bitcoin and Ethereum have done. We like the concept of decentralization, and we like the concept of a programmable ledger, but it needs to work for millions and billions of people. It needs to get faster, or at least stay at the same level of performance as you gain users. Imagine using Netflix or Facebook or any of these services we've come to know and love, and during 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock when many people are watching, suddenly you can no longer stream your video. It would be a bad user experience. Well, but that's exactly where we're currently at with these replicated systems. When they get congested and clogged, regardless of who's doing it, the whole system basically stops working for everyone. So you really have to think outside of the box and develop fundamentally different protocols that allow you to scale. Second, there's a big conversation that needs to be had about what does interoperability really mean? How are we going to have our Bluetooth or Wi-Fi moment for our space? It would be a really terrible thing if every time you bought a headset, it would only work with one particular device, or every time you went to a hotel, it would only connect to certain phones. The fact that people really painstakingly got standards pushed through is why we have so much consumer innovation. We're not going to get there in the financial industry unless we have good standards to move value and information between all these different ledgers, whether that be your central bank ledger, whether that be your JP Morgan account, whether that be your Wells Fargo account, your credit card, your stock account, or your cryptocurrency. We have to be able to move value between these systems. And finally, on the sustainability side of things, we really do have a governance crisis, because again, it's extremely difficult for us to figure out how are we going to evolve these systems to meet their needs 10 years in the future, 20 years in the future, without having a leader. We've never done this in human history. There's never been a case where, on a large scale for a big problem, we have somehow found a way to do it as a cooperative or as a bottom-up community. We've always found some president or king or committee or group that we've endowed with special powers to guide us into the future. Well, this is the first time ever where we're flirting with the idea of a corporation without a CEO, a country without a president. And that's a very big challenge, and it's something that I think will consume the majority of the 21st century for the cryptocurrency space. But if we solve it, it's not just applicable for your money, it's applicable for your identity and frankly how you vote and make decisions, and eventually the companies of the future.